Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to a video 14 years in the making. I guess you could call it that, 14 years in the making. This is a video response slash play along with Attacking and Joshjepson's Mario Sunshine versus from 14 years ago. Yeah. So this is probably, if you somehow stumble upon this video, which I highly doubt it, I'm not expecting to get more than maybe 10 views in total across how many episodes this takes me to do. But 14 years ago, in 2011, Joshjepson and AttackingTucans, two YouTubers who are still active, although I think both of them stream more than actually do YouTube these days. Both of them did a video on AttackingTucans' channel called Super Mario Sunshine Versus, and at the time I was 12 years old, 13 years old, around there, and I found the video and I absolutely loved it. It was something I looked forward to every single Saturday because they uploaded every Saturday at like noon. I remember I'd wake up 9-10 o'clock, I would go about my morning, play games and all that. And then come lunchtime, around 12 or whenever the video would go live, I would have a bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise, no tomato for some reason, sandwich, and like a Pepsi or Dr. Pepper, and I would watch their verses. And here we are, Super Mario Sunshine. And at the time, like I said, I was 12 or 13 years old. I was a teenager, preteen, whatever you want to call it. And I really wanted to play along, but you had two main ways to record, either a capture card or a camcorder. I'm not entirely sure if Dolphin was a thing 14 years ago, but even if it was, the computer I had at the time would not be able to run Mario Sunshine, no matter what. Like, it just would not run the game. It would probably completely crash the computer if I tried to run a Mario Sunshine ROM on it. So I had no way to play along, like upload a video response like I wanted to. So I was forced to just watch every Saturday, and I would play Mario Sunshine throughout the week in preparation for the upcoming Versus video. So I had this idea when I was at work the other day. I'm now 27 years old. And, yeah, 10 years old. And, yeah, 12 to 13 years old, and now 27 really does make you realize how long it's been. I had this ideal of, what if I just do a video response to Attacking and Joshjepson and go from there? And I thought that was a brilliant ideal, and, well, here we are. I am playing on Dolphin. You're going to notice some stuttering and everything when it comes to things like lag and all that. I'm not entirely sure why. My best guess is because I'm recording while I'm playing. Because I done a few test runs beforehand just to ensure the Dolphin worked and everything. And yeah, it worked just fine. So it wasn't until I started recording that I noticed some issues. One thing I did not test at the time, when I did my test runs, I did it with but between those test runs, like a week ago and now, I don't have access to that GameCube controller, and because of that, I use my Switch controller. I didn't realize, you will see here in a minute, that depending on how you set Dolphin, basically, with how you set it, if you hold down on the R stick, which is how you shoot water, you stop, and you need to have two triggers, one to shoot water while you're running around, and one to stop in place and shoot water. I did not know this. You're going to see me struggle here in a minute, and there is a cut after this tutorial, and that is just because I'm just trying to fix the controls. That's the only reason why. And this is all post-commentary, by the way. I'm doing post commentary because I wasn't entirely sure how this would go. You can see right here I'm struggling because this would go. You can see right here I'm struggling because why am I in place, basically. But yeah, this is all post commentary because I wasn't sure how this was exactly going to go, and you know, if an issue was to arise, I wouldn't want to stop the entire recording and try to sync everything up. If I'm playing the game regularly, and then an issue arises, I can just pause the recording, pause the timer, and go back to it. And then obviously, if an issue arises while I'm doing post commentary, then I can just pause everything without again having to reset and resync everything. I hope that makes sense. If somehow this got to where I had people commenting and requesting a live commentary, I wouldn't mind doing that. But for the time being, this is all post commentary. When it comes to Dolphins, I'm not using any hacks when it comes to performance. When it comes to, I did not apply the 60 FPS patch. I did not apply anything like that. The only patch I applied was widescreen and better graphics, just so it would look better. Because what I'm doing when it comes to these versus videos, I'm going back and watching them only after I've completed my own episode. Because, well, I record my episode and then I go and watch it. So I recorded this, and then I went and watched part 1 of Versus, rewatched it, Versus with AttackingTucans and Joshjepson, and then I came and did the commentary. And that is just because I didn't want to spoil myself. I didn't want to use like their tricks. So I wanted to go into this kind of blind, because I remember, I forget what episode it is. It might have been episode 1. I forget what episode it is. It might have been episode 1. Or episode 2, I think. Tyler, AttackingTucans, mentioned that he had been practicing. Joshjepson hadn't, and they agreed not to practice. So I didn't want to spoil myself and see, you know, what's coming up ahead. You know, I wanted to go off pure muscle memory. Now, I've been playing this game 20 years now. I got this game when I was like 6 to 7 years old. So I've been playing it for close to 20 years at this point. So I know a good chunk of it, but I don't, like, remember everything. The main things you're going to see me struggle on are red coins, because I play the red coin levels on the first new playthrough, and then I never go back and replay them because they're not fun. You know, like, it's fun to go back and redo levels in Rico Harbor, in Noki Noki Bay, in when it comes to some of the Shine Plaza. It's not fun to go back and redo the red coin. It's not fun to go back and redo the Shadow Mario missions. So I'm trying to go into this like them, no practice, just kind of headbutt right first into it, and that causes some problems. We'll see. But when it comes to this versus, I'm applying the same rule set that Tyler and Josh used 14 years ago in their original versus episode. I'm going by their list when it comes to all the shines. And I'm going by their timer rules of once the timer hits 0, no matter what I'm doing, I'm stopping right then and there. And I have a timer on my phone I've been going by. And you'll see that this is the cut right here when I go to fix my controls. So that's what that cut was right there, was just fixing my controls and hoping my Switch controller worked. There's still a few issues. I'll hopefully get it all figured out and fixed. But we're going by the original their original rule set of getting the shines. I keep wanting to say shrines because of Breath of the Wild, of the shines in a specific order. And you can see here, this is where I get going, and everything works out for the most part. You're definitely going to see some rust because it has been a few days or a few months since I've last played Mario Sunshine, like legitimately. So you're definitely going to see some rust and everything. But their original shine list is what I'm going by, and for those who don't know, it's pretty straightforward. It's the game, how the game intends you to get it. So like, we're going to Bianco Hills first right here, And the shine list is episodes 1 through 8, the 2 secret shines, and then the 100 coin shine. And then we move on to Harbor, episodes 1 through 7, because you can't do episode 8 right away. The 2 secret shines, 100 coins, etc. On to the beach, Gelato Beach, etc., etc. And that's cool, that's perfectly fine. So that's the list I'm going by. The blue coins we can get in any order. That was a part of the original rule set, so we're getting the blue coins in any order that we want. And when it comes to the blue coins, my strategy is to get them all at once. So I know, going back and watching Tyler and Josh in their video, they got them as they would go out of their way to get the blue coins, or if they were on the path they were already taken, they go ahead and would get them. And I got really lucky here. This was a really good Shadow Mario catch for me. I got him before he even got to the underpass right there. So I did, you know, that was really good right there, being able to get Shadow Mario that early. Now I kind of killed it because I went over to wait by the statue, but then he stops the statue, but then he stops and just stands over there by those toads right there, by the yellow and green, green and red toad. He just stops right there. So I took a second to realize that I had to run over there, trigger him to finally rush to the statue. If I had been standing over there instead of the statue, yeah, I would have stayed a second or so. But then we're jumping right into Bianco Hills right now. But yeah, when it comes to the blue coins, I'm going to save them until I unlock Yoshi. Once I unlock Yoshi, I plan to go back to all the previous levels and just collect all the blue coins that I can. If I accidentally get a blue coin, so be it. You know, it's not the end of the world if I accidentally grab one, but I want to save all of them. So like, whenever I unlock Yoshi, if I can successfully beat all the Bianco Hill shines without getting a single blue coin, then I'll go back to Bianco Hill, get all 30 blue coins all at once, instead of getting them while I'm doing the regular shines. And this is just because I think it saves me time, and I don't remember all the blue coins off the top of my head. So it will let me look up a guide beforehand on where they are, where to get them, and don't waste my time. And there's nothing in the rule set about using a guide when it comes to the blue coins. So, I mean, to be fair, even if I did have a guide load up, I would have to, within the time limit, stop, look at it, remember, oh yeah, that's where that blue coin is, then go and get that blue coin. So, I don't see too much of a problem with it, and I may be wasting time doing this, I'm not entirely sure. Saving all the blue coins may just be a huge waste of time. Josh's and Tyler's, getting them as they go along or going out of the way to get them might be smarter. But this is just kind of the strategy I'm going by. And then get the blue coins once we have Yoshi. Because once we have Yoshi, we unlock all the blue coins. You can get 28 out of the 30 blue coins in Bianco Hills, I believe. And so, yeah. But you can't get those other 2 blue coins without Yoshi. But also for episode 1, the timer right there is set at 33 minutes. That is because in the original rule set, each episode is 30 minutes long. But episode 1, they accidentally went over, so they allowed a 33-minute timer. So I set episode 1 to 33 minutes, but all future episodes will be at 30 minutes. If my memory serves me correctly, there is a 43-minute episode. So I think that will be an outlier. So because I'll time it to match them. But most episodes will be 30 minutes. I'm pretty it to match them. But most episodes will be 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's the Mario Sunshine series that has the 40-something minute episode in it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. We're doing the PvP Piranha mission right here. I'm kind of just yapping about everything because early game Mario Sunshine, everybody's seen it. There's not much to talk about other than just me fucking up because of my controls and such. But everybody has seen early game Mario Sunshine. There's not a ton to talk about, so this is what I'm kind of using my time to yap and just explain the rules and all that. So each episode, bearing this episode 1, and if my memory serves me correctly, that 40-ish minute episode, will be 30 minutes. And how the timer is structured, once the timer hits 0, no matter what I am personally doing, I have to drop everything right then and there. Like, that's it, the episode. I could be 10 seconds from the shine, as Tyler put it, and I would have to exit area if my timer hits 0. So there is some strategy going into it. Whenever, if I get to a level or something, and I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to get the shine, I might go ahead and start collecting some blue coins around Defina Plaza. I'm going to save those for those moments, because the Defina Plaza blue coins are much easier to get than the ones at level. You're going to see me fuck up right here, because I just fall down on PD because I'm trying to do the ground slam. I'm like, why is it not doing the ground slam? And that's because of when I did my controller switch earlier, I put the R and L buttons on two different R and L buttons on the Switch controller. So because of that, I was using the wrong L button to ground pound, and I do it again here. So I was using the wrong L button to ground pound, and I do it again here. So I'll get better at it. It just takes muscle memory, knowing which one to hit to do the ground pound. But that I did waste some time. I did mess up a little bit right there. So, but you know, it's fine. The PD Piranha fight is very, very simple. It's the first it's the first boss fight of the game. So, I mean, it's nothing to write home about. Very, very simple, very easy. Third shine right here. But yeah, when it comes to emulators and the original run, again, this was 14 years ago. I don't even think Dolphin was around 14 years ago, and if it was, it was much nicher. Like, you gotta think, 14 years ago, emulation was extremely niche. So, yeah, you do have to think about that. But because of the capture card or camcorder, so I'm just going to assume emulation is fine for 14 years later, because I don't have a camcorder and I don't have any way to do a capture card. I'm not only a capture card, it would have to be a capture card that supports RGB, or not RGB, but the yellow, white, and red the AV cords. That's what I was looking for, because this was back before the Wii U was even out. I mean, this was back when the Nintendo Wii was Nintendo's primary console, not the Wii U. I mean, that's how far we've gone back. Like, I was thinking about this as I was playing, and teenagers who are 14 years old today were still either not born yet or literally babies when I first watched this. Like, I was younger than the people who are 14 years old now when this, and were newborns or not even born yet when this video came, when the Versus series started. I was younger than them when the Versus series started, which is insane to think about. It makes you, and also this, YouTube has changed so much since back then. It's insane. Like, back then, if you remember, back then you couldn't upload 30 minutes. You couldn't upload longer than 15 minutes unless you were like a partner. This was back, and the YouTube partner program was so much different back then. It wasn't just like an AdSense account. Like, channels used to be so much different. You could customize your channel, have banners above your video playlist and everything that you could have links on, people could click on. I thought it was the coolest thing as a 12 to 13 year old. I wanted to get partnered purely just for the banners. I mean, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And it was insane. Like, people signed on companies like Machinima. There was a company too. It was insane. And it was so much less corporate back then. Which sounds weird because people were signing with companies and everything. But it was true. It was less corporate back then. You didn't have sponsorships in the middle of videos. Video creators didn't, there wasn't an option when you uploaded a video to mark as this video has sponsored content in it. You have sponsored videos nowadays for a bunch of crap, for like Raycon, for Raid Shadow Legends, for coffee. I mean, it's like Manscaped. I mean, a bunch of crap nobody actually uses, but every YouTuber promotes it because they get paid a good chunk. And you know what? I don't blame them. Get your bag, for sure. But I mean, YouTube back then was so much different, and I don't know if I could call it better, but it was more creative. I definitely think it was more creative. Nowadays, people are only going for clicks and what can make it viral, and this. People took more risks back then. That's how you got experiments like the Versus series, because it was so much different back then. And this red coin mission right here, this is where my muscle memory, you can definitely tell I was just going off of it and not in the red coin statement like I made earlier, because I was like, where the hell are these red coins? And I deliberately ignored that blue coins later. But yeah, I mean, back then, you have to think, when Versus first came out, Let's Plays were the big popular thing, right? But when it comes to Let's Plays back then, I mean, they were the huge popular thing. It was Versus was unique because it was taking an established concept and Let's Plays. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. When it comes to post commentary, if I get interrupted, I can just pause everything. Unlike if I was doing live, and it would just be a huge mess with the timer and everything. But no, what I was saying, when it comes to Let's Plays back then, they were established. You'd pick a game, you played through it, and then you'd let your personality as the content creator, or they were just called YouTubers, video creators back then, shine through. Nowadays, nowadays, you know, it's Let's Plays are kind of a thing of the past. Not many people do them. You know, people are always putting experiments when it comes to Let's Plays. Usually it's the form of blind playthroughs where people will play through the game for the first time ever, and or highlights, like they'll stream the game and then they'll make compilation highlights of them playing through the game and post it on YouTube, because people don't really want to watch like 30-minute to 40-minute videos of people just playing through the game anymore. But that was not the case back in 2011, 2012, videos of people just playing through the game anymore. But that was not the case back in 2011, 2012. People wanted to watch people play through the game. They wanted, like, a personality carrying them through that game. It's why YouTubers such as Chugga Conroy back in the day were huge, absolutely huge in their Let's Play community. And, like, no, well, not just Let's Play community, but on YouTube. They were some of the biggest creators on YouTube because of that. So Versus were just unique because they were taking a very safe and established formula, and they were innovating on it. Now, I do think it worked out because of you had AttackingTucans, who was less well known, but, you know, he had a following already. And you had Joshjepson, who was much more well known. He had a pretty decent following by that time. He had a lot of catchphrases and memeable, and I wouldn't really call memes back then, but memorable moments with, like, it's not supposed to go at an angle or the time. So you had a pretty big personality in the Let's Play community and a modest, you know, personality in the Let's Play community, and you combine them. And it was at that time when people my age were getting into YouTube, and Mario Sunshine was only like 10 years, maybe not even 10 years old at the time, when the Versus series started. So you had people who were still really into Mario Sunshine. I think Mario Galaxy was, you know, like, it wasn't that old at the time. People grew up on Mario Sunshine. So you just had that big personality thing right there. And it really took off. And, non-sequitur, I completely messed this mission up. I thought I was messing with my timer right here because my phone had gone blank. And I thought episode 5 was the Dirty Lake. And I paused right here because it was the Dirty Lake. And I paused right here because I looked down and I'm like, oh my god, it is PD Piranha. I thought PD Piranha was episode 6. No, the Dirty Lake is episode 6. So I got them completely screwed up. I was like, oh great. So I had to run, so I wasted like a full minute right there just going to the wrong place. And I realized something was wrong because the lake was clean. I was like, wait a minute, this lake should not be clean. It should not be clean. I thought I might have went into the wrong secret level, but no, it's the PD Piranha Strikes Back one. And this entire mission is a complete and utter train wreck for me. You're going to see why here, but this mission just went completely off the rails. And I'm like, oh my god, I thought I was doing good in the episode other than some red coin setback, but no, this mission completely destroys it. It just completely destroys it. Just getting up there, and then the water, and then I have water. You're going to see. you're gonna see as I struggle. But yeah, what I was saying, like, Versus, it was such a huge, unique concept at the time of people racing in game, and the editing was really good too. Like, it was something you just did not see at the time. And I mean, props to both of them, because they, and this was also big when YouTube collaborations in the Let's Play community was starting to get big, and I even struggle on the Wikipedia up right here. This was around, like, maybe a couple of years, if even that, since the creation of the Runaway Guys, with their, you know, with Chuck Conroy, Nintendo Capri Sun, and Proton John, with them starting off with Mario Party, and Mario Party was huge at the time. You know, like all these big creators getting together to play Mario Party at the time was huge. So you just had this moment of these Let's Play communities coming together and innovating the formula to just one person given their, you know, playing a game, and one person given their, you know, playing a game and explaining what to do and everything, to people competing against each other in these games, whether they be multiplayer games like Mario Party or single player games like Sunshine in the Versus formula. And it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And you really just don't have that creativity in modern day YouTube, at least when it comes to the gaming space. It is much more, and you know, it probably is just a byproduct of collaborations are nothing new, and I struggled so much right here trying to get out of this goob. It was pissing me off. I was like, you have got to be kidding me right here. And don't ask me why the ground slam animation is just internally playing in the top left corner. I saw that while I was playing the game. I was like, what the hell is going on up there? I just ignore it. I'm sure that's just a glitch with Dolphin, but yeah, there you go. But yeah, just back then, when it came to, like, again, I think collaborations are just so different back then than they were now. Back then they were so innovative, but because they've been around forever now, it just feels more stale. There's just not the innovation like it was back then. It doesn't feel like it anyway, and you saw me get hit right there. That was such an unlucky shot, and that getting hit right there by that piranha plant completely, I mean, it derailed this mission anymore, and this mission had already been completely derailed, but because he did that, I got completely, Petey kept throwing out his damn hurricanes. I kept getting hit. I was 2 hits away from dying. I was just like, oh, come on. He finally opened his mouth. I finally got him to suck in some water. I was like, oh, this mission is an absolute train wreck. I've wasted so much time on this. I've wasted so much time on this. And, you know, like, Josh and Tyler had a really damn good at first episode. I went back and watched it after I did this myself. And they had a really damn good episode. They definitely beat me on just the blue points alone, because they got, like, I think 9 and 12. And I'm not getting any blue coins, so I mean, if I'm not going to get the blue coins, I have to outpace them in terms of shines if I want to beat them. Because this is a video response, it is a competition 14 years later, fulfilling a 14-year dream, as it were. So, if I want to beat them without using the blue coins, then I need to do better when it comes. I really need to outpace them on the shine. So when I do go and get my blue coins, I have room. I have some leg room to go get them while they're still trying to catch up shine-wise. That absolute disaster of a mission finally comes to an end as I defeat Petey here. I've always hated this mission. This was just an absolute train wreck. This was just an absolute train wreck. I was just like, oh, come on, this sucks. But I finally got it. I got my 6th shine. I was like, oh, that could have gone a lot better. But, I mean, it is what it is. We get it done. We got it done. So, but, yeah, and this timer on the left-hand side, that's an entire story I'll have to tell you about next episode, because I don't have enough time here. But just getting a timer, I had to first find a 33-minute timer video, and then trying to download it took me down memory lane. I'm trying to find a website that actually worked, and it's just like, oh my god, I just need a timer. So, but I mean, the secret of Dirty Lake here. This is the second and the harder of the two secret levels when it comes to Bianco Hills, and it is the one I was worried about going into because of the physics of it is kind of wonky. Because you have these moving platforms and everything, so I was really worried about it. I saw, like, when I was rewatching Josh and Tyler on their Versus episode, I think it was Josh, he was using the lily pad to get over there, which I found interesting because ever since I've played this game as a kid, I've always just gone up the path right here that you originally take to get to Petey Piranha, and just jump off the back right here. I feel like that's faster than getting onto the lily pad and traversing it across the water. I could be wrong, I'm not exactly timed it or whatever, it's just what I've always done. Of course I messed up right here by falling in the water, but I recovered pretty well. And then we go in here. I don't exactly know when it comes to these cutscenes if to watch the opening cutscene with the plane and everything, you can't skip it. It doesn't say anything else about the others, so I'm just assuming, you know, I'll have to rewatch the Versus guys and see if they skip them or not. So, but yeah, this level is very janky when it comes to the blocks and everything. And, yeah, they're just not fun to deal with. And this is where I'm about to, right here, yep, pick up my first death. And I was so pissed off, I audibly yelled fuck when I did that. I was so pissed off at myself that I died right there because I was glancing at the timer and I was like, oh my god, I don't even have 2 minutes left. So I started playing a bit more risky right here because, like, alright, I mean, if I play it safe, I'm not going to make it in time. So at least if I die playing risky, I'm giving myself a chance to actually get there. So I do start playing a little risky. I take it a little bit safe on this block right here because... So I do start playing a little risky. I take it a little bit safe on this block right here because of the jump right there. I do a spin jump right here to ensure I make it this time. And this block right here, I've always seen people have trouble with this block. I always raise the camera like this. I don't know, I feel like keeping the camera down to where it usually is with Mario just never works. You usually always mess it up. But I feel like raising the camera like this gives you a better perspective when it comes to Mario and actually being able to make it up just fine. And now we're down less than 40 seconds. And again, I had my timer open on my phone, so I was keeping watch on it. And like I said, I was playing risky while also like trying to play safe at the same time because of my timer. Once I made it right here, I was like, alright, I think I'm gonna have enough time. Which is why I didn't immediately try to spin jump over there, and then I played it safe across the red and blue. And then I spin jumped 9, right as the timer was ticking down, and this would take me right past the timer right here as I go ahead and get rid of it. But that is the timer for episode 1. I can't do anything else. My episode 1 ends with 7 shines and 0 blue coins, which is significantly worse than what Josh and Tyler did in episode 1, at least when it comes to overall. I got 1 more shine than both of them, but they both got blue coins and I didn't get any blue coins. So the fact I only got 1 shine is not good, and there's some lag right here as I end the recording. But here's the stats right here. I did go back and grab Tyler's and Josh's stats. So like I said, they both got 6 shines each. I got 7 shines. So I beat them this episode when it comes to the overall shine counter, but they have more blue coins than me. They have, Tyler has 9, Josh has 12, I have 0. So if I'm not going to go for any blue coins, I really need to stretch my legs in the shine department if I want to have a chance of beating them, because otherwise, if I keep just like a 1 to 2 shine point lead, by the time I go and collect my blue coins, they're going to sail past me. So I do got to work on that. So hopefully in the next episode I can extend my shine count lead, and well, hopefully they struggle some more. And also we all had 1 death according to the stats. But I hope you enjoy this episode 1. I just yapped the entire time about Memory Lane. But next time, hopefully we can beat Bianco Hills and move on to Rico Harbor. So I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you for coming down this memory lane with me, and I'll see you guys then.